Good afternoon. This is David Murphy, host of the National Black Unity News podcast. I'm also the publisher of the National Black Unity News. And I come to you for several reasons. First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity, and I really mean this. Because those of you may know who may not know, I just came home from the hospital Wednesday. I recently just had a stroke. Blood level went up to 800. I'm diabetic now. And I had a series of seizures since the 18th of this last month. And before that, in November, I had COVID. A couple of years before that, I had open heart surgery. And yet I'm still here. God continues, no matter what happens to me physically, mentally, as well as spiritually. God seems to revive me, to keep me going. Matter of fact, I feel stronger than ever. And I am truly grateful. And see, I know for a fact that time is precious. And that's one of the reasons why I'm coming to you. Because there's a lot of a lot of good words that's going around about me. A lot of people have wished me well, and I truly appreciate it. But there are several people out there are trying to raise funds for me and the newspaper, the National Black Unity News, and God knows I appreciate that. And my good friend and partner, Mr. Bill Gooden, is kind of spearheading this thing. And he brought some truth to life, is that there's a lot of us out there. There's so many. I know so many people personally out there who have been working all of their lives, half their lives, for the benefit of others. And they and we, yes, we do not get a lot of recognition. We don't have, I can look at my wall, I see maybe one award. But I've been out here for 40, 50 years. And yes, I've tried my best to help as many people as I possibly could. And it's not just because that's what I do or who I am and all this kind of stuff. It's because God is spearheading me. I'm being led by divine inspiration. And I'm going to do what I have to do with or without people. See, it's no rest. Those of you who have ears to hear and eyes to see will understand where I'm coming from. Those of us out there been working in the vineyard for years, we don't do this for fanfare. We don't do this for glory. It's God's glory. God gets the glory. But what we do is it's an honor and a privilege to be used by God, to serve God. So let me tell you the truth. Now, Bill, my good friend, has said some good things about me. And yes, he said I've been in the vineyard, which is true. I've been out there for a long time trying to help people, and I have helped a lot of people, which is true. I don't get a lot of fanfare or awards and things, which is true. But what I do get is, see, blessing comes in many different forms. Just like I said, all of those things that I prescribe to you physically, see, that's blessing. See, I get a second chance. See, when I had COVID, 500,000 people died. When I had open heart surgery, many people had a year have heart attacks and never come back. I had recently had the stroke, seizures, and everything else, and people couldn't talk and they shriveled up in their arms and said, "But look, I'm talking. I'm speaking to you well. I'm moving around without a cane or wheelchair." That's a blessing. I'm 69 years old. That's a blessing. All my buddies I grew up with, that came up with was partners of me, are dead and gone. I'm the last man standing. That's a blessing. See, I understand what Bill and them are doing, and God knows I truly, truly appreciate it. And I love my brother for that, for recognizing me. And not only him, Rico, Vernon Streeter and several other brothers out there are putting my name out there. And there's several people who have donated money to help me as well as the newspaper. And God knows I appreciate that. It's needed and it's going to go for a good cause. My cause is your cause. My cause is for my people. That's why I do the things I do. I keep telling people I had that Moses type spirit, the spirit that helps set my people free. And that's why God chose me. Now I'm gonna tell you the truth, and the truth will make you free. Yes, I do a lot of good and great things, but I've done a lot of bad things as well. You know, if it was left up to me, the things that I chose for my life, during that killed me. I ended up being a teenage alcoholic. But these are the things that I chose to do. But for the grace of God, he stepped in, picked me up, cleaned me up, and put me in his ministry, so to speak, what some may say, and used me. Because I left up to me, I was about nothing. But when God got a hold of me, he gave me a charge. And what an honor, what a privilege to serve God, even to be used by God. See, God could have chose anybody to do what I do, but yet he chose me. Now, left up to me, it might be about me, myself, and I. See, right now, no matter what I've done over the last 40 years, I tried to look out for David and say, well, the hell with everything. But there's something with that. And those who know understand where I'm coming from. That call get inside of you, you can't turn your back on it. You can be like Jonah, try to run away. You can't. It's in you. In your mind, you can't sleep at night unless you do what God tells you to do or chose for you to do. You can refuse, in which I have on many occasions. But as you get older, your eyes begin to open, wisdom begin to set in, and you see the reasoning of why God is using you or me. You see, my people, I love y'all so much, and I'm willing now. I'm more than willing now to serve you. That's why I call myself a servant of servants. The things that Bill and them wish for me, I appreciate. See, God got me. And they soldiers. But see, I'm a soldier as well. Bill told me to sit back, David, take it easy. We got this. And I understand that. But see, I'm a soldier. See, a soldier can't be a soldier unless he's on the battlefield. And see, by them helping to raise money for me and the newspaper and the newspapers for us, for all of us, is this. I can't sit back because God is telling me to get up, stand up. Now is the time to go to war. Now is the time for you to stand up. Now, you already seen what God has done for me personally, how he brought me back to life so many different times, and I can be nothing but grateful. And right now, I'm more than willing to, that's all, more than willing to get in the battle, more so than ever now. And I'm going to tell you why. First and foremost, because of God. And the second thing was, I've been fighting for over 40 something years, trying to bring unity amongst us, trying to serve God in his way and even in my own way. Sometimes I got in my own way. But yet I was still on the field and got many battle scars to prove it. Still do. But something recently happened. After all these years of fighting, scratching, trying to get people to come aboard, trying to get us to work together, I didn't see, like Bill said, I didn't see rewards. I didn't see too much of us coming together. It seemed like we were being more distant apart than anything else. But just recently, while I went through these series of illnesses, the heart issue, open heart surgery, COVID, stroke, diabetes, seizures. My mind was on God. My mind was on you. Ain't that something? Wasn't even thinking about me because I know I'm taken care of. But I was thinking about you, my people, the task that God put upon me. How can I let y'all? I can't go down. How can I let y'all down? I got work to do. It's up to God, but God allowed me. I don't think my work is finished. That's why I'm still here. This is my belief. But one thing, there's this thing that I found out recently that made me want to fight even more so. Because for the first time in my life, after all these years, what I've been fighting for, this thing called unity, I finally seen it. I'm like Martin Luther King. I've been to the mountaintop. I seen it. I felt it. You see, right within my own newspaper, our newspaper, the National Black Unity News, is a group of people who care so much about one another, who cared so much about me. They carried me, they prayed for me, they looked out for me through all my illnesses. They actually even loved me, and I loved them as well. I've seen how they reacted to each other, how they support one another. And see, this is what I've been fighting for all those half of my life, pretty much all my life, is to see what I'm seeing now. Like I said, I have a peek at what could take place right within the National Black Unity News. That's why I cannot sit down. You see, while I was going through them illnesses, especially when I was going through them series of sieges, not knowing this may be my last one. And I was already, this is it, but I felt unfulfilled. I felt that the task was not completed. And I believe that's why God survived me. And look at me, I feel great. I feel brand new, really. And I probably had to live a better lifestyle, a healthier lifestyle. I might be better than ever now if I be obedient. But I must be obedient to one thing, serving you, our people. It's great what Bill and them do. I appreciate. See, this is the type of love I'm talking about. Bill didn't have to do this. Rico, Vern, and all the rest of them, they didn't have to do. They doing that out of love. And that's what's taking, they're part of the National Black Unity News. And the people, other people in part of the newspaper showed me so much love. And they prayed for me. They cared for me. And I felt their will, and it lifted up my will, like they were like the wind beneath my wings. They carried me, just like God carried you when you're down. And so I'm saying all of this to say this. You're going to be hearing a lot from me now because tomorrow's not promised to me or you. There's a serious battle going on in our communities. We need each other. We need to work with one another. We all we have and we all we need. You see, after all these years, just check the history out in this country. Nobody's coming to save us. Asians are going to build better schools and businesses and provide their own services. The Jewish community, Italian community, we are the only people who have some serious issues because we are the only people being pressured. In other words, putting in foot on our necks from all sources, outside sources that don't want us to see us rise up. Because we are one of the most powerful people on this earth. We are the original people. We are the ones who love. That's why we're able to forgive so much. People fear us because they think we will do what they have done to us. And everybody in this world knows that we've been right now and still being mistreated, unappreciated, lied upon, used, abused, and put us so tightly in bad issues where we end up hurting one another. They know exactly what is being done to us. That's why God raises up people like Bill, Vernon, Rico, myself, the people in the National Black Unity News, and so many others out there who's on the front line, who battle every day without recognition, who gets up every morning and serving, and nobody give them no highlights. And they struggle just like me. Sometimes you don't even know, people don't even realize not only the illnesses that I go through, financial situations I've been in, the lights been turned off, electricity, cable bills couldn't be paid sometimes. All sorts of things have happened. I don't say nothing about it. I don't beg. I don't chase people. But I'm going to tell you this. It's an honor and it's a privilege. Because if you're a soldier, you're going to get some battle scars. You're going to go through it. And sometimes it may be just a test to see if your will is God's will. But I do know one thing, my mind is made up. And I want to take this time to let Bill know and all the other brothers and sisters that's supporting the National Black Unity News and myself, how much I appreciate that. You know, that love, that type of love, for me, for a person like me, outside of my family, this is the first time, and the people within the newspaper, that I felt love outside of God. I'm being honest about this. I don't think very highly of myself because when I told you when I was young, I did a lot of things to myself and to other people, hurted a lot of other people because of the way I treated myself. And it was hard for me to forgive myself for that. So therefore, I thought I'd never deserved nothing. That's why I never had nothing, because I never asked for nothing. Never believed I needed anything. Never, just never deserved it. But see, God is showing me different now as I'm older and wiser. There are people who really care about me in the works that I do. People like Bill, see, they showing it, they just not talking about it. The people in the National Black Unity News newspaper showed me love. They carried me through my illness. They told me personally that they love me. I've been told by many, a multitude of people, they love the work that we are doing, not I, but this is by divine inspiration. If I say I mean God. I'm just a instrument, a tool. But what a blessing to be that tool. What a blessing to be a servant. See, I call myself a servant because I'm just here to serve people like Bill, Vern, and Rico. They the ones putting out the true work. All I do is bring them together and expose what they do. But the love, I want to talk to you about this love thing. That's what's going to get us over. See, hate, picking up guns and going to battle is not going to do us no good. We ain't going to win that kind of way. The way we can overcome our situation is through love. First, love yourself. Love who you are. See, you are very special. See, there'll never be another David Murphy. I don't think nobody could have gone through what I've gone through and still be here. And I don't think nobody could have gone through what you have gone through and still be here. And you know what I'm talking about. But if you see what's really going on to us as the people, it's time for us to stand up, not just for ourselves, but for our future generation. Look where our children are now. Look how they had taught our children. They don't teach our children how to survive, how to be business owners, how to build futures for themselves. They teach us to be servants to them, just like we was in slavery, work for us. The smarter was us. They take us and put them in their colleges and put them in their businesses. This stuff is systematically happening to us. That's why God raises up people like me, Bill, and so many others to try to combat, to let you know that God is still here. He still sits on the throne, and he still hears our cries. I want you to know the battle is not over. The battle is really just beginning. I want you to donate to the National Black Unity News so that we can help a multitude of more people, because we've been blessed a lot of people. And we need to support one another. This is a good example because we support. Bill started this great idea where we did with the Men's Center, and we raised enough, the money that we set and more. And that's a blessing. And each quarter, we're going to be blessing a different bit. It just happened to be they chose me this time. And in 3 months, we're going to choose somebody else, in which I'm going to be right on top, helping to support them as well. Help me to help you so that we can help ourselves. That's always been my motto. Yes, I need help. You have not because you ask not. And that's one of the reasons, because I thought I never deserved nothing. That's why I never had nothing. But I need something to support you to do my job. And so do so many other people and so many other business. I met so many people like the Jai and so many other people who paid all their life helping our children, doing this and doing that. They don't get, and they struggle on a consistent basis. And nobody sees them because we're not in certain circles. We don't get the highlight. We don't get on the news. We don't get rewards. We don't get trophies or nothing like that. Very seldom we even get a thanks. Because this is what we're supposed to do. And we're not doing it for all of those things anyway. But it's always nice to be appreciated. And that's the truth. Let's make face fact. Everybody wants to be appreciated. And getting back to this paper thing, about this love thing, as I mentioned to you before, for the first time in my life, outside my family, I feel loved. Not only through Bill and them, but through all those people, through the National Black Unity News, and so many other people that I have met along the way. I'm still here. Most people like here, I say that quite often. And that has significance. When I say I'm still here, that means I'm still fighting. I'm still serving. We have plenty of work to do. I've met people all over this country who's doing wonderful works. And we try to put them into the news publications so that you can see us. We own less than 1% of the media. So all that information that's coming forth that we've been hearing and that change our mindsets and everything is coming from outside resources. Propaganda is a powerful tool and it's being used on us every day. Those of us who have a free voice, you need to support it. Because if not, if we are silent, we will always be enslaved mentally, financially, and even spiritually. So that's why it's so important to support people like myself, those people that you know in your communities out there serving people, support them. Do what you can for them. Just say thank you sometimes. It makes a big difference. And I want you to know I love you. I love you, Bill, and all the rest of y'all who's supporting us. I love the people in the National Black Unity News, but most importantly, I love God. And my mission is to serve my people, Black people, melanated people, to lift us up, not to put any group or race of people down, but to lift us up so that we can do better for ourselves. See, we did this before. It's nothing new what I do. I stand on great shoulders. We have built colleges. We have built hospitals. We have built all types of institutions, but they all has been taken away from us by others. And it's time to restore those things. It's time for us to teach our own. It's time for us to promote our own. It's time for us to build better communities again. It's time for us, not nobody else, us, we. Nobody's coming back to do nothing for us but us. No more excuses. We have everything we need. We are educated. We are financially well off. We are the biggest consumers in the world. People come from all over the world to set up shop to get our money. Anything we put our mind to, we can do it. But we just need to work on this unity thing. I've seen it work, and it's a beautiful thing. It survived me. It carried me. And you need to see it for yourself. If you have a business, join us. We even have a free directory. Join it so we know who and where you are so we can support you. I know about the blood, sweat, and tears that you go through. I've been through them. That's why we work so hard so that you don't have to. Don't worry about your money. Money going to come. Do the right thing. Serve our people. Serve them well. Whatever you do, do it well. And you will be taken care of. Do it from your heart. Do it out of love. I don't care what type of business. You make clothes, whatever it is, do it out of love. And I guarantee you, and you serve people, and you will be served, and you will be taken care of. You know, God says those gifts that you have, He said if you multiply, protect it, grow it, they will make a way for you. And your gifts are your talents. I didn't know anything about newspapers, but my whole life, because of discrimination, all it had to do with Black issues. That's why I'm doing the things I do today. This is not because Black people need. I lived it. I've seen it. I was personally infected by it. I punished myself because of it, of discrimination. That's why I became a teenage alcoholic, because I had low self-esteem, went to a white school and all this kind of stuff, and didn't have this and all of this. But I put all this, I'm not blaming them, I'm blaming me, because that's the way I perceive things. And because the way we see things, the way we are being perceived things by through propaganda, that's why we are doing some of the things that we are doing. This I do know. And that's why I work so hard and bring so many people together to enlighten you, to let you know there is a better way. And as long there's a song I'm gonna bring on here a little later that just keeps running in my mind. It ran in my mind all through the hospital, and it's a song. I love this group for a long time, but now it meant so much to me while I was in the hospital, because not only did God care, but there was a group of people who loved me and carried me through this thing. And I just want y'all to know that I appreciate you and I love you. And I can never, ever say thank you enough for the support that you've been giving me, for showing me that there is a thing called unity, and for letting me see, letting me touch it, letting me live through it. There's no words. There's not enough words that I could even say. But in closing, I'm gonna play this song for you because that's what's on my heart. But I want you to know, support Black businesses, support the National Black Unity News, support those around you who you know who are serving. Say thank you to those who deserve it. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Vern and Rico and everybody else who's involved with this fundraiser. But David is not going to sit on the sidelines. David going to be in the battlefield. I'm going to fight with you. I'm going to grow with you. That's just who I am. That's the way I am. I can't sit back. This God charged me with this. And I appreciate you. You want me to be cool about this, but no. This is bigger than all of us. You know, we have the power. We, us, have the power to change our future, our children's future, and our children's children's future. We have that type of power right now if we use it properly. And as long, that's the name of that song, as you say you love me, and I know I love you, I love my people. That's what keeps me going. Every time I see a brother, sister out there trying to do something, every time I see a brother, sister that lifting one another up, it makes my life worth living because I see it. That's what I'm battling about. And I want to thank you. And this is David Murphy saying thank you. I'm glad to be back with you. I'm back on the battlefield. We work on this newspaper, which should be out in a week or so. A little behind schedule, but it will be out. And for those of you who are already involved in the paper, thank you. We still have time. And for those of you who want to support the paper through subscriptions and things like that, by do so. We will need the information on this video. And if you want to support the fundraiser, get involved in one way or another, the information will be on here as well. And I want to say in love, I thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so grateful for everything you do. And if I can, I'm going to try to do this thing, you know, why I'm in this mode right now because, you know, I talk to you. I don't read scripts or anything. I just talk to you from my heart. But sometimes, you know, words just don't come to, you know, I just can't say some words, especially since I had this stroke. And this song kind of sums it up for me, for you. And I want to thank you.
Say to me, say you love, say you love, say you love me, say you love me, just to see you and to hear your voice alone, and with your company, knowing that our love is strong. Just these few things, my dear, you don't know what they mean to me. For your precious love, it means everything to me. And darling, all of my life I've wanted this. All of my life, love and happiness, and then you came along and made my loneliness a song, and that's why I'm singing. And as long as you say you love me, say you love me, say you love me, say you love me, say that you love me, say that you love me, that you love me. I'll keep on singing, keep on singing, keep on singing. Woo-hoo. As long as you say you love me, say you love me, say you love me. I gotta just keep on singing for you, baby. Keep on singing, keep on singing. Woo-hoo. Just say you love me, say you love me, say you love me. Gotta keep on singing.
Well, you see, thank you. I just like I'm very sentimental and I love music, and that song just resonate through my mind because I had so much love around me, and I told you that's what keeps me going, kept me going, and I just want to say again to all of those who was with me all through this time, all through these illnesses, all through the rough times and up times through the newspaper, those like Bill and everybody else out there fighting on the front line. Just want to say thank you, love you, take care of yourself, and support the newspapers, support our people, support one another, and most importantly, love God, love yourself. Take care.